What's up, guys? You read the title. Today, we're going to be talking about when you should try to attack your opponent's king. So, I pulled this position, and here I'm playing white. The first thing I noticed about this position is that we have these pawns in the center, and they're locking up the center, so the center's closed. Also, when you look at these pawns in the center of the board, they're pointing towards the king side. And what that essentially means is that we have more space on the king side. A lot of the time when you try to attack the king side, it'll be when you have this pawn on e5 that's clamping down a lot of space. On the contrary, black has these pawns, which are pointing towards the queen side, and that's giving him more space on the queen side. So he's probably going to try to play there. And let's just see how the game goes. Black moves his rook up to c7. And my plan here is I want to attack on the king side, like I said, right? And this pawn is kind of stopping me from doing that. It's stopping this bishop. It's blunting this battery that I could make. So I want to go g3, h4, and h5 and essentially tear open this pawn shell and get to his king. So I can't go h4 right now. I would love to, but he could take. So I start with g3. He brings the rook, like we said, queenside play. Go h4, and he's trying to make chaos here. I move the knight, take, and I carry through with my plan, h5. As you can see, we're both being very consistent with our plans. And the thing is, if he didn't try to make anything happen on the queen side, then I would just have free reign to do whatever I want to his king side, and he's eventually going to get mated. So if he doesn't try to distract me here, then I can just focus all my attention on getting to his king. So he takes, and here he's offering to trade queens. But if I trade queens, then I pretty much have no attack anymore. I really need my queen here to attack his king. Here I thought I was being clever, and I played the move bishop to d3 to essentially stop him from trading queens. And if he took, which is what happened, then his queen gets trapped. But he actually had the move knight to b4 here, which essentially forces me to trade off this pretty strong bishop or trade queens. Here it would have been best to just go queen f4, and if he takes his pawn, we can start shattering open his king side. And we're sacrificing a pawn, but we're getting a really good attack going. So I missed that, but you can see the plans here. Since the center's closed, I have time to push these pawns and try to crack open the pawn shell, and he's trying to make play on the queen side. But let me show you guys what this position would look like if the center was open. Alright guys, so here's black to play, and we have the same position we were just looking at, but I removed the pawns that were in the center of the board. And in the actual game, with the pawns in the center of the board, black played rook to c7 to try to stack the rooks. But now can you see that when the position is open, that plan makes no sense? And in the actual game after here, I'm on g3 to try to go h4 and h5. But with the center open, you can't be wasting... Also, this move would just actually just completely hang the queen. Regardless, in an open position, you can't be wasting moves on slow plans trying to exploit their king. Here, you need to play actively. You need to play with the pieces, and you can still attack the king. But if you're going to attack the king, you need to be making concrete threats, or you need to be essentially making moves that are going to force him to weaken his position. So these pawns in the center of the board make a huge difference to whether you're going to attack the king or not. Alright guys, this is another game I was playing, and I was playing as a black pieces. And as you can see here, well, he's attacking my knight right now, but the center is completely closed. The pawns are blocking anything from happening, and we both have pawns pointing towards the king side right now. But that doesn't necessarily mean I have to just play on the king side. If I was able to move this knight, I could go c5, and then I'd also have more space on the queen side. So you don't want to limit yourself, but I'm just pointing that out. That's the way the pawns are pointing right now. So here, well, I have to defend my knight, and now he plays the move rook to g1. And the idea is pretty much to try to push these pawns and attack my king. Here I just develop my bishop, and we get a few trades, and he starts trying to push the pawns, and you know, the game just goes on from here. Alright guys, this is the same position, but I removed the pawns that were in the center of the board, and here's white to play, and you can see that moving the rook here would actually make zero sense now. Or just ignoring all the concrete parts of the position, like you could take here and not let him castle. The important things in the open positions also, playing with the pieces, playing actively, but also king safety. In the game that I played where the center was closed, he left his king in the center almost the whole game. He might have castled queenside at the end, but he was able to leave his king in the center. But here, yeah, you need to just make sure your king is safe. So that's why you can either take here first or just castle. Alright, so this is the last position I'm going to show you guys. I'm playing black here, and I showed this game in another video, but essentially the position is wide open here. but I noticed that we're castled on opposite sides of the board. And that means I need to try to attack his king, right? So I play the move g5, and then I try to move my queen out of the way so I can go h5 and go here and start opening up his king. Here, we're castled on opposite sides, but the position is also open. So these slow plans of attacking his king, like we saw in the closed positions, don't work as well here. And here if I would have just gone g4 and kicked his knight out of the center, that would have been a lot better, because at that point we're not focused on attacking his king. We're focused on worsening his piece placement. But here, I want to go h5, and he kicks my knight out of the center, and he just gets a huge initiative on me, attacks my misplaced queen, gets a check, and then he literally ends up trapping my queen and winning it. And the reason that happened is because I just wasted so many tempos trying to go here and here, and I'm running my knight around everywhere. So yeah, you can still attack the king in open positions, but you can't go for slow plans like that. You need to be very concrete and usually try to make attacks with the pieces. But I hope you guys enjoyed the video. If you did, then please like and subscribe, and I'll catch you on the next one. Peace out.